Okay, so for the first thing that I want people to work on is just having, or I should say, becoming a self-reliant learner. That's probably going to be the biggest thing. And if you're watching this outside of my school, chances are you're probably already one of those. So that's great. The idea is that you're only going to be spending, an hour or two in here. Usually, for your average person, I would say, 2 or 3 times a week. So you're looking at, maybe 3 hours a week, 4 hours a week. And then if you're more consistent than that, great. But still, even if you're only getting 15 or 20 hours in here, if you want to make big progressions in this sport or the martial art, you're going to need to put in a lot more time. And so with that, it's just going to become kind of having an investigative mind, if you will. So what I like to call a self-reliant learner. So with that, it doesn't mean go out to YouTube, watch every single video, do that. What I want you to do is start thinking of systematic ways, and like I said, this whole thing is going to be a process of that, of becoming a better learner. In my opinion, what I would like my students to do, we have all individualized lesson plans, is watch the lesson plan beforehand, come in, train, and then write it down afterwards. And just this speaks to a little bit more of the process later, but if I can have them both see it, kind of watch it, do it, and then write it down, and then also say the names, then I'm hitting the visual learner, the kinesthetic learner, the tactile learner, the auditorial learner, all those. And you'll find out later, and we're going to talk about it, that it's great to have a good learning style, but it's also, if you can get it in through as many avenues as possible, I think that's a better option. So with that, like I said, the main goal for this particular episode is start thinking of yourself as a self-reliant learner. If you're at another gym and your coach distinctly says, don't do that, I think that's maybe a bad situation for you or a bad gym. I hesitate saying that only because up until a few years ago, I was the same way. I would say, hey, don't go on YouTube. Don't look at all these other avenues. Don't buy these books or some of these books, things like that, because there was a lot of terrible stuff out there, and there is still today. I mean, it's all still out there. But the difference is that there's so much good out there that it's really hard now to not have somebody watch some of that stuff. You can get multi-time world champions showing you stuff. You can get guys that have been doing it for 50, 60 years showing you stuff, and that's all really good, relevant information. And 3 or 4 years ago, that wasn't quite out there yet. I mean, there was DVDs and things like that. But the one big thing, though, that I want to get away from this is that you need to have a reference, and we can, as instructors, certainly give it to you, of names to rely on since you're new. So really, if you could just think about that, trying to be a self-reliant learner, not coming into the gym and saying, hey, I'm just going to do these moves like a zombie, and then when I leave the gym, I check out. Try to spend a little extra time. It doesn't even have to be that much, but a little extra time outside of the gym, and I think that's going to help your growth in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu significantly.